Jones also alleges Combs forced him to engage in unwelcome acts with workers and that Combs and his staff engaged in, quote, serious illegal activity. He is seeking $30 million.
He claimed that Diddy touched his. He believes that Diddy was to have sex. He says that Diddy downplayed it just like as a joke, like, yo, we just playing around.
Just horse playing.
Yeah.
Looks like Diddy might be gearing up for a rough ride, and it could be heading straight into the slammer. He might be trading in his threads for an orange jumpsuit sooner than we think. The guy's been catching nothing but bad breaks lately, and honestly, it's about time. I mean, with all the dirt that's been dug up on him, it's no wonder he's tossing and turning at night. Between all the scandals and controversies swirling around him, it's got to be weighing heavy on his mind. And it's not just the lack of shut-eye that's got him on edge. Word on the street is that he's in full-on panic mode 24/7. Why? Well, aside from the endless drama swirling around him, there's this producer who's got him in a chokehold and isn't letting up. This producer is spilling all the tea on the atrocious and downright disgusting stuff Diddy's allegedly been up to, and it might just be the final nail in the coffin for his career. Remember Cassie's lawsuit? That was just the warm-up. This producer is promising us a roller coaster of revelations that'll make that look like child's play. So yeah, Diddy sweating bullets isn't exactly a stretch. The guy's built an empire over the years, but it's all teetering on the edge of collapse right before our eyes. Anyways, let's dive right in. So it turns out some supposed male victims are stepping up, finally. One of them just decided to throw down the gauntlet and sue Diddy. And who's the brave soul behind this fresh legal drama? None other than Rodney Lil Rod Jones Jr., a producer who worked on Diddy's recent album, the Love album, Off the Grid. And the worst thing is, it's not just Diddy in the hot seat this time. Nope, like a whole crew of big names getting dragged into this mess, and they're not being called victims. They're being labeled as partners in crime. We're talking A-listers like Cuba Gooding Jr., Meek Mill, Young Miami, Stevie J, Usher, Chris Brown, and even Diddy's own son, Justin Combs. But before this, Diddy decided to pull a stunt. Just when he thought he could wiggle his way out of trouble, he pulls a last-ditch legal maneuver, trying to discredit one of the accusers and practically begging the judge to throw the whole case out. He even tries to play the victim card, crying foul about cancel culture. But before the judge could even raise an eyebrow at his antics, another lawsuit blindsides him, making it his fifth legal tango since November. This lawsuit is no joke. We're talking a whopping 70 pages of pure legal drama, and it's not for the faint of heart, because it dives into some seriously disturbing allegations against Diddy. Jones also claims that the 54-year-old music mogul tried to coerce him into accepting a homosexual relationship, alleging that this kind of thing is all too common in the music industry. Among the laundry list of accusations is Diddy allegedly strong-arming Jones into arranging encounters with sex workers and pressuring him into participating in some seriously unwanted bedroom activities. Not just with these workers, but with others too. And if that's not enough to make your jaw hit the floor, get this. Diddy supposedly served up spiked drinks to unsuspecting guests at his swanky parties. According to the lawsuit, there are even screenshots supposedly showing gatherings at Diddy's digs that included underage girls and more sex workers. Some of these ladies allegedly had their drinks tampered with at Diddy's direction. This legal bombshell also called out some other names like Diddy's right-hand woman, Christina Coram, Universal Music Group CEO Sir Lucian Grange, and former Motown Records CEO Ethiopia Habtemariam. They're all caught up in this legal whirlwind. Jones says in the lawsuit that Grange, Habtemariam, Motown Records, Love Records, and Universal Music Group effectively worked together with Combs in a RICO enterprise that failed to adequately monitor, warn, or supervise the actions of Combs, his son, and his chief of staff. A RICO enterprise is any individuals or groups that act together to violate the Racketeer Influenced and Corrupt Organizations Act. And get this, Jones isn't just looking for a slap on the wrist here. He's aiming high, seeking a cool $30 million in damages. But an attorney for Combs is slamming Jones's claims as pure fiction, straight up calling them out as a cheap ploy to grab headlines. We have overwhelming, indisputable proof that his claims are complete lies. Our attempts to share this proof with Mr. Jones's attorney, Tyrone Blackburn, have been ignored as Mr. Blackburn refuses to return our calls. The attorney, Shan Hawley, said in a statement, "We will address these outlandish allegations in court and take all appropriate action against those who make them." Now, according to Jones's lawsuit, he claims that back in August 2022, Diddy himself reached out to him to produce some tunes for the R&B album, The Love Album, Off the Grid, which ended up snagging a Grammy nomination after its release in September 2023. But here's the kicker. Jones says his life took a nosedive after he agreed to work with Diddy. Jones alleges that Combs sexually harassed and assaulted him while he lived with him at Combs' homes in Florida, Los Angeles, and New York, as well as on a yacht Combs rented in the U.S. Virgin Islands. The harassment and assault included constant unsolicited and unauthorized groping and touching of his body, according to the lawsuit. Jones says he was forced to work in Combs' bathroom as Combs showered in a glass enclosure. When he tried to raise the alarm about Diddy's behavior to Christina Coram, Diddy's right-hand woman, Jones claimed she brushed it off as just friendly horseplay, stating that those acts were Mr. Combs' way of showing he likes you. The lawsuit accuses Coram of aiding and abetting Combs' sexual assault of Jones and of working with Combs to coerce him into accepting a homosexual relationship. Jones also alleges that he was forced to solicit sex workers and perform sex acts with them to please Combs. To aid in the alleged recruitment, Jones said Combs provided him with an exclusive bad boy baseball cap and required him to wear it to a Miami establishment as a signal to any sex worker he approached that Combs was in town and had sent Jones to recruit them. In response to a request for comment, Jones's attorney Tyrone Blackburn used a Latin phrase, res ipsa loquitur, which loosely translates as the thing speaks for itself, referring to the lawsuit. Jones says in the suit that he was under an implied work-for-hire agreement and was not compensated for the songs he produced on The Love Album. As a result, the lawsuit says Combs, Love Records, Motown Records, and Universal Music Group were all unjustly enriched at his expense. Seriously, this lawsuit is off the charts. As we all know before now, Diddy has been sued by 4 women who have accused him of sexual assault. Cassie, whose legal name is Cassandra Ventura, said Combs physically assaulted her and forced her to have sex with male prostitutes while he got off on it and recorded the encounters. The lawsuit was settled the day after it was filed. The settlement was in no way an admission of wrongdoing, Combs' lawyer Ben Braffman has said. Following Cassie's lawsuit, 2 other women, Lisa Gardner and Joey Dickerson Neal, have alleged in lawsuits that Combs sexually assaulted them. A woman identified as Jane Doe in court documents said Combs and 2 other men raped her when she was 17 and Combs was 34. Those 3 cases against Combs are still pending. In a statement in December, he denied the allegations, saying enough is enough, and called the claims against him sickening. Let me be absolutely clear. I do not do any of the awful things being alleged. I will fight for my name, my family, and for the truth, he said in the statement. Guys, this is crazy. The accusations flying around could seriously dent Diddy's legacy and his whole business empire. I mean, after Ventura dropped her bombshell lawsuit, 3 of Diddy's former artists came out in support of her. And that's not all. Around the same time, Diddy stepped down from his chairman position at Revolt TV. Then in December, Hulu pulled the plug on a reality show that was supposed to be all about Diddy's family. If that's not enough drama for you, in January Diddy settled his lawsuit with Diageo, where he was accusing them of racism. But hold on to your seats, folks, because we're about to dive into the other big names caught up in this legal tornado. First up, we have Cuba Gooding Jr., according to the legal docs that TMZ managed to get their hands on. Jones believes that Diddy was pulling some shady moves with the intention of passing him off to other folks. And get this, he claims that Diddy introduced him to Cuba on his swanky yacht, and let's just say things took a nosedive into uncomfortable territory real quick. Allegedly, Cuba started making unwanted moves on Jones, totally crossing the line until Jones had to push him away. Drop your thoughts in the comments below, and let's keep this conversation going. Catch you in the next video.